Says that the Africans and the Arabs, two dark races, got together, sold us to the Grecians, white man, that they might do what to us? That ye might remove them far from their border. How did we get removed far from our border? By what means did we fly? A slave ship. This is the stuff that's in the Bible. That's why they tell you the Old Testament done away with. We under the faith of Jesus now. Don't worry about all that law of Moses and all that stuff that's in the Old Testament. That's old news. We live it in the here and the now. But when you read the Old Testament actually as it's written and know a little bit about your history, you'll come to the conclusion, damn, it keeps saying sold all over the Bible. Damn, it keeps saying removed far from his border. Damn. I Googled slavery and only one people on the earth pop up. Who's the one people on earth that pop up when you Google slavery? Who y'all think gonna pop up? Y'all think Chinese people pop up? Black people.
Right.
God been leaving you clues for so long, but you so damn worried about coming to the sugar festival on God's Sabbath day.
Right.
God's supposed to be house is closed down on his holy day, letting y'all out here run free, amok in sin.
Bring it out.
And you don't know who the hell you are. You go on about your day, and God say, I got to punish them some more.
Bring it out.
Because they ain't even seeking me. All praises that y'all over here listening, but it's hundreds of people around here. Don't nobody give a damn. We out here with the Bible. God said, I got some punishment for you until you seek me. I'm going to keep punishing you. So God said, I'm going to remove you far from where you came from. Now, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68 to show how God removed us, because a lot of people think the Bible is a religious book. The Bible is a historical book for the Israelites to know what they did wrong to God and how to get back on his good side to get up out of the place they brought to. Say it again. A religious book. That's the name of a Bible. Oh, it's a religious book, but it's actually a historical book.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that they refer to it as a religious book and they use it for religion. They use it for gain a lot of the time, but it's actually a historical book. Now, huh? A religious book would be the Quran, the book of Confucius. Those are religions because those are man-made. They did not actually come from God to his prophets. Now, what I'm showing y'all is how black people got to America. Well, let me finish this and then I'll come back to it. How did black people get removed far from the west coast of Africa? How did we get from here to there, and is it in the Bible? Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now here's the question, Bible question. What was the occupation of the Israelites under Pharaoh in Egypt? What was their occupation? Builders? Was it against their will, or did they volunteer? That would make you a what? If you had to build something against your will, you was a what? A slave. For 400 years. Will, right? Now read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now listen to this. Y'all said when the Israelites was in Egypt, their occupation was a what? A slave, right? So if God said, I'm sending you back to Egypt again, the Israelites' thought would be, we're going back to where? What occupation? We're going back to being what? Slaves. Going back to being a slave. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
God said, I'm going to bring you back into slavery again. Now, let's see how God said I'm going to do it, because I'm telling you that the people that was on the west coast of Africa was not Africans. They was Israelites. And God said, I'm going to take you back to slavery. So let's see how God is talking about sending them back to slavery. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. It's history they don't teach you in Clewiston. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again. How?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Brothers, sisters, how did black people, Africans, Americans, get from the west coast of Africa over here to damn Clewiston, Florida? How did they get to Charleston, South Carolina? How did they get to Texas? How did they get to Virginia? I ain't asking y'all hard questions. I'm asking you history. I ain't asking you Bible. I'm asking you how we got here to here. How was it? Boats and ships. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So slavery again
with ships.
That's in the Bible. Now I asked y'all earlier, what race of people, when you type in slavery, pop up on Google? Who? What people? What people pop up? Black people. You ever seen Chinese people pop up when you type in slavery? How about Jewish people? What about Arab people? What about Russians? Nah, you only see black ass people. Now look how much more detail God get. What I'm showing you is who you are in today's time, that it was written in the past, because our people, you don't care about nothing that came before you. Remember, I started out earlier where God said you need to research your ancestors, because your ancestors will tell you who you are today. Because then now keep reading. Look, we went into slavery on ships. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You won't see it no more again. The place you came from, you won't see it. Now here's the question, because you're a little older, mama. Have we as a race of people ever gathered ourselves together and went back to where we came from? Not the majority. We are still in the place that they brought us as slaves. So what would that make us in 2022? Now here's a hard question. What would that make you? But you're what in a strange land? You're a slave. Hey, here's the proof of it. Here's the proof of the slave in a strange land. What's your last name, brother? Who? Hirali. You ever read that name in the Bible? Last name? What about you, mama? Last name? Akis. You ever read that in the Bible? There you go. So that makes us what? We still what? Slaves in the land that's not in a, what you call it, a what kind of land? A strange land. So here's the question though. If we slaves in the strange land, why the hell y'all out here enjoying y'all slavery? You're supposed to repent and turn back to God and say, Lord, send thy son to bring me back where we came from. Ain't nobody out here saying that. You know, we out here at the sugar festival. Now listen to this, take you back where you came from. Because Israel is in north. Listen. What? Both. Because look, I say both. Listen, both, because you can't go back to where you came from unless you know who you are.
That's right.
You ain't going back to go back. What? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Verse 45. Listen to this. This is why. Verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
You being in a strange land is a blessing or a curse from God. Ooh, you gotta think of that one. You being in a strange land among your enemies with their last name on you. It's a what? It's a curse. Why the hell you want to know who you are and still stay in a strange land? Nah, it's more than that. You gotta know who you are to go back where you come from, because it's the thing. It's the thing. Jesus ain't coming back to save African Americans.
That's right.
He ain't coming back to save African Americans. Right. You know why? Because Jesus only came to save who? What people? The lost what? You know it. There you go. He said, I'm only coming back to save the lost sheep.
Bring it up.
House of Israel. And who's more lost than people calling themselves black African Americans? That ain't even a damn race in the Bible. But we swear up and down by it. Who's more lost than the people living in Clewiston that don't want to go back to where they come from because they said, I don't know the language? I'm telling you this right now. If you tell a Chinese man, I'm going to give you a free a free flight back to China. I know you was born here in America. I know you only know English, but I'm gonna give you a free flight back to your homeland. Do you think he's gonna say, I don't want to go because I don't know the language? Huh? He ain't going. I don't know what people you think they are. Well, many. Come on, sis. Hey, it ain't a bunch of Chinese people here. China got 7 billion people in it. It ain't a bunch of them flocking over here. They don't want to come over here. We think America is the land of milk and honey, but everybody else knows that this place is full of sin. It's full of evil. They only come here to learn, get money, and then go back to where they come from. Not us. We learn, get money, and buy houses here. You ain't never, none of our people, as you said, as a whole, we ain't went back. We ain't thinking about going back where we come from. Yeah? Then what does God do? Listen to what you said. I'm going to use what you said. What does God do for his people after 400 years? Listen to what I said. Think about what I just said to you. He did what? But what did he do in order for them to know it was time to go back to where you come from? Where Abraham was from. He did what? He sent who? He sent Moses. And Moses was a what? A prophet.
That's right.
After how long he sent them? How many years? How long was they in Egypt? How long we been in America? How long we been in America? It's time to go back where we come. God sent the prophets back for you and said it's time to go. But you see us as niggas that are religious in a Bible that that's your understanding. No. God said, I'm going to send Moses to deliver my people. And the second time around, I'm going to send prophets that look just like you because they know what you're going through. We was on that same side. Go ahead, Cal, what you say? Moses couldn't speak it either. He said, Lord, send somebody else. I can't speak the language. God said, get your ass over there. I'll send brothers with you. And that's what we're doing today, to show you the Israelites that the Bible speak of.
That's right.
You ain't Egyptian. I know you've been here 400 years and you've been worshiping Ra. You've been worshiping the sun. You've been going to church on the first day of the week and not the seventh. I know you grew up thinking Africans sold Africans into slavery. But God sent the prophets to tell you that ain't the truth. John chapter 8 and verse 32. God said that ain't the truth. This is what he gonna do for us in the last days. The thing we have to do is be humble enough to understand the signs of the times.
That's right.
Because Christ said you can look out and you can see what type of weather it's gonna be by looking at the sky. But you can't tell the signs of the times that World War III on its way. Black men out of nowhere come up in damn Clewiston, standing on the corner, read the Bible, precept par precepts. You can't understand that it's the same time as your ancestors in Egypt. It's time to go. Let's read that.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth.
Jesus said, you're going to know the truth.
And the truth shall make you free.
Now here's the thing. Free from what? That's the thing. He say free, and we love to quote that, but we don't know what's free from. If Christ talking about freedom, he's obviously talking to a what type of people? A what type of people? In slavery. He ain't talking to the damn white man. White man don't need to be free from his country. He done conquered it. Everything around here is built to make their life better and to make ours worse. That's why on every corner, and I noticed this when I first came in here, every corner in Clewiston is a white cop set up in a black ass neighborhood.
Right.
They ain't worried about leaving this place. They run it. Christ said the truth shall make you free. The truth of who you are as a race, that you're the Israelites. You ain't American black. Your homeland. Where it at? Where the sign go? Oh, here it go. Your homeland is northeast Africa, which Israel is right there. It's in Africa, because that's where the Canaanites went. They had all the landmass of Africa. That's the truth. and the truth that you need to know to get back there, because it ain't just enough about knowing. The reason we got kicked out was for a reason. God said, y'all can't stay here no more. Why you think God, and I heard the brother going over it earlier, why would God kick his chosen people, his sons and his daughters, why would he run them out of the land of Israel? China people worship the dragon. They eat them dogs. They eat rats, cats, but they still got their homeland of China, right? Arabs worship a rock, walk around it 7 times and throw a rock at it, but they still in their homeland of damn Iran and Saudi Arabia. The only people that ain't where they supposed to be is black, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Nation is men leading by example.